My dudes, get your loops. 2024 is over and man, I just gotta ask, what dimension were we just in? The only way I can describe last year is that it was like the movie Alien, but the aliens were these purple-haired weirdos that latch onto the bodies of our favorite franchises. They'd slowly eat away everything that made them great until finally bursting out, leaving only behind the mangled corpse of a franchise we once loved. But hey, on the bright side, we've also seen many companies taking record-breaking L's due to their own actions, all while trying to create new franchises that immediately fail, costing companies millions of dollars and forcing them to shut down entire studios. Let it all burn down. So let's go ahead and address the purple-haired elephant in the room, the pronoun simulator known as Concord. Now look, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even play this one. And looking at the max concurrent players at launch, I'm guessing you didn't either. And why would you? Why would anybody pay real-life money to play a game with some of the ugliest characters in gaming?
Come on, it ain't that bad.
Yeah, it is that bad. Come on, man, how are you gonna mess up cute Asian girl twice? I mean, I still would, but that's just my Asian thing messing with my head again, so don't judge me, bro.
I think you made good choice.
The game was shut down in just 2 weeks, and Sony ended up shutting down the entire studio, Firewalk Studios. Concord is going to be known as the biggest flop in gaming history and used as an example of what not to do moving forward. Gamers are so all over this political crap that even just adding pronouns to the character creator is like writing your own name in the death note at this point. Did you guys know that Suicide Squad killed the Justice League release this year? I completely forgot about it, and apparently so did everyone else, as Rocksteady will cease to support the game this month. And good riddance. How are you gonna gender swap Mr. Freeze into a butch lesbian and add the most virtue signaling skin I've ever seen in a game? If you didn't know yet, Rocksteady is owned by Warner Bros, which has ruined Mortal Kombat as well. Look at what they did to my boy Cyrax. Anyways, how was the game? Well, it was just as boring as the Suicide Squad movie, which was the first movie I've ever walked out of back in 2016. And history tends to repeat itself, as 95% of the player base walked out of this game within a month of it launching. Unknown 9. Ever heard of Unknown 9? No? Don't worry about it, most people haven't, especially the Germans. That's what the 9 stands for. God, did I really write that one in here? Whatever, let's roll with it. Unknown 9 is a case study of what happens when a Japanese company, in this situation Bandai Namco, is tricked into thinking that the future of gaming lies in the hands of Western developers. And just like EA and Ubisoft titles, the game is a buggy mess with the typical unlikable main character we keep seeing in games these days. Damn girl, why do you gotta do him dirty like that? Unknown 9 was made by a Canadian studio called Reflector Entertainment, and Bandai thought it was a good idea to buy them out in 2020, with the goal of having them produce 50% of their content outside of Japan. And this is what they came up with? What a waste of a badass game mechanic. You get to possess people and use them to kill each other. Just a heads up for you dudes, there's an actual hidden gem on the arcade that was ported to Game Boy later that uses a similar gameplay mechanic called Avenging Spirit, and I suggest giving them a shot instead. I don't know about you guys, but I am sick of this ongoing trend where Western developers keep making their female characters uglier than who they've been modeled after. Holy shit, you're so ugly! Speaking of ugly main characters, Ubisoft's Star Wars Outlaws was a commercial failure and almost bankrupt Ubisoft, as it's only sold over 1 million copies, even though it carries the Star Wars name, which, let's be real, does not mean much to fans these days due to Dirty Disney's mission to destroy the franchise. Listen dudes, I want you guys to picture your dream Star Wars game. For me, it's a huge open world RPG where you make your own Jedi, and you go around seducing alien chicks, and based off your own actions, you start leaning towards the dark side or light side, and getting different powers and multiple endings. But what did Ubisoft come with? A buggy open world stealth game where you play as another asshole female character and wannabe Han Solo, packed with exciting game mechanics like hiding in bushes and one-hit takedowns. Star Wars Outlaws flopped so hard that Ubisoft had to move its soon-to-fail Assassin's Creed game to next year in order to fix bugs and remove as much offensive content as they can, like it's gonna make any difference.
I said ooh, motherfucker.
Yo, Ubisoft, say goodbye, yeah, no one gonna buy DI Samurai backlogs for days. Got no phone, most your player base is straight, but you made them. Now, I'm not a fan of punching down, and let's be real, Dragon Age the Veilguard is as low as Ubisoft's stock value, but it's mind-boggling that BioWare took the fan-loved dark fantasy, one of your boy V's favorite games, Dragon Age, and turned it into a virtue-signaling, walking on eggshells, can't offend anybody HR simulator. They even removed spiders from the game to not offend people with arachnophobia. You can't make this up. I already made a Dragon Age video, and I was gonna make a part 2 follow-up for it, but I couldn't even get through a few hours of the game, as it felt like I was being preached to and treated like an idiot.
Why are you gay?
I'm non-binary.
Doesn't that make you gay?
No.
You are gay.
Non-binary.
By choice.
Yeah.
Lesbian?
No. Non-binary.
Homosexual?
Non-binary.
How can I describe you? Should I call you Mr.?
Non-binary.
You are gay.
The game shits on everything that made Origins so great and was made to appeal to a new audience which simply doesn't exist. And the few people that want these modern day politically driven self-insert games are just far too few in numbers to warrant making a AAA game for. And thus the game predictably flopped, and BioWare has yet to release the sales numbers. As we all know, it's an embarrassment for the company. How many times is this gonna happen? They completely messed up Mass Effect Andromeda. Then they went on to release the disaster Anthem, and now they destroyed an entire IP with Dragon Age. 3 massive fails in a row. Well, bad news for you Mass Effect fans out there, as they are currently working on a Mass Effect 4, so prepare to see another franchise be destroyed like the others. Lastly, I just want to say thanks for all you dudes for supporting this channel last year and fighting to take gaming back. We still have a lot of hard work to do, and I'm sure 2025 will be full of a lot of bullshit as well. But I think gaming is starting to finally heal, and companies are seeing that this slop doesn't sell anymore. And some of the most die-hard fans are no longer willing to open their own wallet even for their favorite franchises. So here's to another year of gaming and voting with our wallets, my dudes. Peace.